This episode is powered by Poddex.
Welcome to Tales from the Boombox, featuring conversations from entertainment's biggest stars. And now, here's your host, Shawn Knight.
Hello and welcome to Tales from the Boombox. My name is Shawn Knight, and I am very excited to be here with you on my first inaugural podcast. So, let me tell you a little bit about Tales from the Boombox. I have been doing radio for over 20 years. I have worked in my hometown, Chicago, Illinois, Indianapolis, Indiana, Columbus, Georgia, and now in Tyler, Texas. I love radio, I love music, but what I really love is having good conversation, and this podcast will highlight some great conversations I've had throughout the years with entertainers in music and in pop culture. Before we get started, I want to acknowledge our sponsor. Tales from the Boombox is powered by Poddex. Poddex are the hottest new tool for podcasters looking to have more meaningful conversation or gamify their podcast. Simply shuffle up, ask a question, and let the content roll. Get yours today at poddex.com and use the code TalesFromTheBoombox for 10% off your first order. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. My first guest on Tales from the Boombox is a three-time Grammy-nominated R&B artist. He is from the Midwest, representing the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, so we're neighbors. He has over 873 million global streams, and his last album, Promised to Love in 2014, sold over 120 million copies. His latest single, Lie to Me, is one of my favorite songs on the radio, and his sixth studio album, Love Always Wins, is out right now, and he's here to talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and give a Tales from the Boombox welcome to Motown recording artist, KEM. How you doing, man?
I'm good, Shawn. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm fine. It is an honor to talk to you.
Oh, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it.
All right, so I didn't know this, but you're known as the Drake of Urban AC Radio?
Yeah. Who said who? I don't know where that came from, but I receive it. I receive it.
First of all, man, where the hell you been, man? Come on. You can't do that to us, man.
Well, for the last probably year or so, I've been finishing up the album, Love Always Wins. But my last release, as you know, was in 2014. And since then, a lot has happened. I've gotten married.
Congratulations.
My wife, Erica, and I, thank you. We've added 2 more children to our lovely family.
Wow.
Moved across the country. Changed my management team around and you know, reevaluated the way that I've made music, as well as navigating these times that we're living in right now.
You did a complete Control Alt Delete and started everything over.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Reinvent. Sometimes you got to reinvent yourself. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back, you know, and really look at what's going on at this season of my life and think about what is the next evolution of the music that I want to create and put out into the world. And Love Always Wins is that. It's an album for the times, and you know, I can't wait for you all to hear it. Lie to Me is just the beginning. Come on now,
man. Look, you set the tone with that one. When did you decide that, okay, it's time to get back in the studio? You know, the fans waited long enough. When did you say, all right, it's time?
I'm always creating. I'm always working. You know, I make a point to put my family first and to make sure that I'm taking care of myself. So this collection of songs has been growing over the last 6 years, and we really decided, my team and I, that this year was the time to put this music out, and we feel really good about it. I think everything happens when it's supposed to happen. Everything happens, you know, in its season, and this is the right time for this record, for this music. And my hope is that it is the soundtrack that helps you all, you know, that helps you all pull through all of these things that are going on during these unprecedented times that we're living in.
Right. And the album Love Always Wins, I know it's gonna be a classic KEM album, man. Tell us about it, man. Why Love Always Wins?
The idea that I wanted to put out into the world is that you know, encourage people and inspire people not to give up on love. Mm-hmm. You know, at the end of the day, you know, no matter what color you are, where you come from, how much money you got, we all have one thing in common, and that is that we love somebody and somebody loves us.
Right.
You know, and no matter what else is happening in the world, when all of that is gone, that will always stand. You know, love will always stand. You know, and so I want people to continue to believe in love and to not give up on the good that is in the world. There is good in the world. You know, and we want to celebrate that with this music and lean on that. You know, as we are, you know, out there, you know, protesting and voting and, you know, and praying and being mindful. You know, we want to lean on that, come from that place, you know, and take care of each other. So that's the message, the theme behind the album. There's a duet on there with Tony Braxton, "Live Out Your Love," which
want to talk about that too.
Second single. Erica Campbell's on the title track, "Love Always Wins." Brian Culbertson is on it, makes a cameo appearance playing piano. So, you know, we So yeah, it's been 6 years, but you know, look,
you're coming back with a vengeance. So look, now that you're married, did that have an effect on how you would put the album together?
You know, all of the romantic songs on this album are inspired and dedicated to my wife. You know, so you hear a lot. This is probably the most romantically verbatim from my life album that I've ever made. You know, my wife Erica has been a real blessing to me. So yeah, it shaped the album.
Great, man, and congratulations again on that.
Thank you.
The latest single, "Lie to Me," one of my favorite songs on the radio. When it came out, I was just like, oh, my man is back. He is back. I always get my two-step on in the studio. Now, is it true that Anthony Hamilton has something to do with this record?
Anthony Hamilton, Salam Remy, James Poyser are my co-writers on "Lie to Me." Anthony actually sent me "Lie to Me" in maybe 2016, 2015. And I didn't I didn't set my pen to it until after I met my wife. And the song is really based on conversations that I had with my wife when we were dating about being transparent and being honest with each other. And, you know, so, you know, they ain't shabby co-writers.
Man, look, let me tell you something.
We, you know,
that song, man, that song is the truth. That song is actually the truth. And the new single, "Live Out Your Love" with Tony Braxton, was that a collaboration you always wanted to do?
Actually, my wife is a big Tony Braxton fan, and we flew to Detroit to see her last Valentine's Day last year, actually. And Tony called me up on stage, and we had somewhat of a musical moment, and from that moment on, the seed was planted for me to seek out a collaboration with her. And we share a manager. Kenneth Creer is her manager, and he's also part of my management team. And so I was really grateful that you know, she came on board with this record. And I've loved Tony for years. Legendary. You know, make everything sound good. You know, and you know, so I'm really proud of that record and really grateful. You know, it's a marquee moment. Tony and I together on this particular track, I believe, is a marquee moment for R&B. And,
absolutely.
You know, I can't wait for people to hear it.
Yeah, well, they're hearing it right here because we got to play it on station. So
dig that. All right.
Absolutely, man. Love it. So how do you feel about the current state of R&B now? You know, times have changed a little bit. You've kind of been on hiatus a little bit, and you had a chance to experience new artists. So, you know, how do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I think R&B, man, is, you know, we've carved out an area of the industry for ourselves, and we can take care of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We have direct contact with our fans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can reach out to people. We're creating music all the time, and my sisters in the game are putting it down right now. You know, her and Summer Walker and SZA. You know, there's so many great artists, so much talent out there. You know, I think that you know, there's a lot of talk about it, R&B being, you know, underappreciated, you know, but our fans know where to find us and we know where to find them, and we need to nurture that. You know what I'm saying? We need to nurture that, you know, so my focus is always on taking care of the people who are showing me love and who are digging what I'm doing. You know, I can go to them directly now. So that's my take on that.
Great, man. And we got the upcoming Verzuz battle between Brandy and Monica on Monday. If Kim was to have a Verzuz battle, who would be a marquee? Like, who would make a notable opponent for you?
You know, I don't know, man. I kind of, you know, I don't, you know, my hope is that you know, you know, and these versus battles are friendly. They're friendly. You know, and like, you know, I don't compete for fun. So,
I hear you. I hear you.
I can't call it. So I can't call it.
Man, that Detroit just came out, man. All right, man. Look, a lot of people, they don't know your story, man, and how you've actually grown and evolved in the industry, man. So to all the future Kims out there that's thinking about doing music, man, what words of advice do you have for them?
Really is to create, you know, and to hone your craft and create. And you know, I cultivated my fan base early on, you know, just by putting music in the hands of people. You know, I stopped trying to get a record deal. I stopped trying to, you know, find the right person or the right connect. I just made music and put it in the hands of people on the streets, you know, and now I think even though times are different, the way that we consume music is different. There are so many, there's a plethora of platforms for you to connect with people directly and to get your music out there. So just create, man, and put your music out there and learn the business, you know, read up on the business. You ain't got to know everything, but you need to know enough, you know, to keep you moving forward, you know. So learn the business and create, hone your craft.
Man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you so much. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, how can we find you?
At Music by Kim, at Music by KEM. Love to hear from you, connect with you, and keep up with everything that we're doing.
Yeah, I'll make sure that we stay connected on that. But before I let you go, I got 3 envelopes right here from the pod deck. The pod deck is real simple. I shuffled these cards up and I pulled out 3 cards and I put them in an envelope. I do not know what the questions are. Pick an envelope. I'm going to pull out the card and read you a question. So we got A, B, or C?
B.
All right, we're going to go with B. Let's see what we got here. The question is, what would be your best day ever?
What would be my best day ever? That's hard, man, because all my days are good. I think, and I've had some spectacular days. I think my best day ever would probably be the day that I take home a Grammy.
That's what's up. It's going to happen. I believe that with this album, Love Always Wins, it's going to make some noise. I really thank you for being a good sport with that, man. Anytime you want to talk and check in with me, man, I have an open line for you. We need to try to get some little happy hour with the ladies, man. Try to do something. You know, my inner Kim comes out when I see a young lady, man. You know, I mean, I was, hey girl, yeah, you know,
girl.
I actually have a Kim story too.
Yeah, go ahead.
In Atlanta, a friend of mine, it was Joe, you and Uncle Charlie. It was in Atlanta, and a friend of mine. Not gonna say no names. We'll just call her T. She said, "Hey, Shawn, let's go check out the show." Now, she's a good friend of mine. You know, we're not romantically involved, but she said, "Do you want to go and check out the show?" Now, you know, you don't bring a friend to a Kim, Joe, Charlie Wilson show, but we ain't gonna go into that. So during your set, you singing "Find Your Way." And you walked in the audience and you was putting the mic up, having me and singing a lady. And so you was working the room. Now we had some good seats. And so you made your way to the aisle. I looked at her, I said, he gonna stop right here. She said, no, he not. I said, he gonna stop right here. And you stopped and put the mic right in my face. And she looked at me and I looked at her and we looked back at you and we were like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. The whole crowd erupted. So, I mean, it was hilarious, but, you know, I did get a handshake out of it. So, you know, it was all good.
So now y'all married?
No. She actually got married. The nerve.
I'm just kidding.
The album Love Always Wins. It is in stores right now. Make sure you guys go ahead and pick it up. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, my brother, my Midwest brother, Kim, thank you so much. Hey, before you go, you got to endorse the podcast, man. Let everybody know who you hanging with on this podcast.
What's up, y'all? This is Kim. You're listening to Tales from the Boombox. My boy, Shawn Knight.
And there it is. Kim, thank you so much for hanging out with me, man. I greatly appreciate it. Let's keep the lines of communication open.
Absolutely, Shawn. Have a great day.
Thanks, Kim. You do the same. And that's going to do it for this edition of Tales from the Boombox, powered by Poddex. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe so you can find out all the latest episodes that's coming in the near future. Until then, Shawn Knight, Tales from the Boombox. We are gone.
Thank you for listening to Tales from the Boombox with Shawn Knight. Follow him on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Shawn Knight Show.